hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notification bell. It is what it is. Let's go. Hammer game. Come on. What did you say?
I said hammer game.
You say hammer game? Hammer game. Cause we always hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head.
Press conference. Today, they talked to a couple coaches. Now, let's start this thing off with Brenda. Brenda said, basically, recruiting in 2020 is pretty difficult. We all know. It's, COVID season. It is what it is. But, nonetheless, you got to talk to kids that want to go to Miami, and they have to have that understanding that it is hard to get into Miami. Whether Miami is a 6-7 team or a 5-1 team, it is what it is. Now, as far as recruiting go, he said this is basically what they're doing. They're talking to the high school coaches, the connections that they have, because you can't get out there. You basically can't get out there. So they're getting, film and huddle films and stuff like that, and they're speaking to the coaches that they are in connection with. Amari Carter, targeting. He also addressed this too. Now, he said, unfortunately for Amari Carter, some of these things happen. He knows it's not fair because Amari Carter is a senior, and this time is when he needs the most playing time. And if you have a guy sitting off to the side because of a targeting call, then, it's not fair. And to Amari's, defense, sometimes those offensive players lower their body or lower their heads and stuff like that, and boom, now you have a target where a guy's sitting out for a half or for a whole game or whatever. He thinks that, they all should get together as a whole, talking about the NCAA, and figure out how to get past this. When asked, how do you keep Amari going out there, keeping his head up, still going for the big hits, he said, you just got to go out there, play ball, tackle like you've been taught to tackle. And unfortunately, sometimes stuff happens. But they never teach anybody to, go to hurt somebody, helmet to helmet or nothing like that. Anything like that. They always teach them to attack the thighs. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Hopefully, Amari get past the whole targeting thing. We tired of hearing about it. And also, he touched on Bubba Bolden. Bubba Bolden has been doing great. If you watch Bubba Bolden as a fan, you think he's doing all great things. But according to Brenda, Bubba Bolden can use some improvement, which I said in the last video. And Bubba Bolden is aware of that. Bubba Bolden is one of those guys that are not asking, what am I doing right? He's asking, what am I doing wrong? Because he always wants to work on something, to perfect something. He wants to be that guy. He wants to perfect every art of the craft. He wants to be that perfect safety. And you can't blame him. That's the dogs that we need. Shout out to Bubba Bolden. Rob Likens, wide receiving coach. Now, in his press conference, he kind of attacked a couple assumptions that's been going around. Now, Mike Harley went into a press conference and he said basically that, the guys starting him, Pope, D. Wiggins, they weren't putting their best foot forward. Now, Rob Likens made it clear today. He would never, ever let guys slack off. They always train hard. Don't get that, misconsumed. If he knows that they're slacking off and stuff like that, he's not going to allow it. He would never allow that. So it is what it is. Now, Rob Likens said that the competition, opened up between the receivers and stuff like that. Basically, struck a fire under the guys. He said any wide receiver could have made that, could have made the starters. Well, except for one in particular. Dez. A lot of you guys been, wondering what's going on with Dez Warsham. Dez. He got to get his strength up, man. He's got to hit the weight room. He's got to get, he got to put some strength. He got to get big, man. He got to hit that weight room, man. Now, it would have been unlikely for us to see him, but he did say, like, wide receivers that, we should expect to see more of. Jeremiah Payton. I know a lot of you guys are Jeremiah Payton fans. Y'all want to see him break out. Me too. I want to see all of our receivers eat. So Jeremiah Payton is one of those guys. D. Wiggins, unfortunately for D. Wiggins, the reason why we didn't see him having that explosive game that we thought is not D. Wiggins' fault. It's coverage. It's coverage. Mike Harley got a lot of, targets because his coverage was wide open. And Rob Likens said most of this is contributed to just luck. It is what it is. If you check the Wiggins routes, you'll see that he's doing them. You'll see that he's doing a great job. But unfortunately, the coverage is, is there. It is what it is. Rob Likens also said that basically the motto for the wide receivers is DBS. Don't be soft. Don't be soft.